Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin, and in today's Call of Duty Black Ops 3 video, what we're going to be talking about is the supply drops in Black Ops 3. We're going to be going over some math and some statistics on how much money you got to spend to actually get a weapon in this game. Is it worth it? My opinion, all that sort of stuff, because this has been sort of a hot topic around the Call of Duty community, on Reddit, on YouTube, on Twitter, just with your homies talking. Everyone's talking about these supply drops. Are they worth it? How good is the system in Black Ops 3 compared to Advanced Warfare, and how much do you actually have to spend to get a weapon? So I found an article here, other YouTubers have been using it as well. I think there's been a few big YouTubers to talk about this, Drifter, T-Mart, and stuff like that. But basically, someone on Reddit, I'll link the articles down in the description so they get full credit. They basically analyze and have all the info we need to know about supply drops. So if you guys do enjoy this video, I'd appreciate if you guys could all drop a like on this thing. This is going to be a longer one, probably about 10 minutes as usual. I know you guys are loving the long videos, and I like the support that you guys give me on them. It's crazy the support you guys give. So if you guys could all drop a like, that would be awesome. And let's get right into it. So someone here did a, Millis, actually his name, Millis177, did a study about a month ago. So this was before the last pack of new weapons. So obviously, the longer the game goes on, the more weapons they put in, the higher your chances are to get a weapon. Because they usually drop like 6 new weapons and only a few new gear sets and stuff like that. So the weapons compared to gear sets is always going up in Black Ops 3. But basically from the math that he did, he analyzed a big supply drop opening worth about $500, and he got the statistics on how much you actually have to pay to get a gun. Now, he says on average of opening every 40 supply drops, you will get a gun, which is about $80 worth. Now, however, it's not really $80 worth because this was done a month ago, right? So we got to account for more guns being in the game, so we could drop it down there to about $70 worth. Plus, that's just taking the base $2 for each supply drop. You need to also factor in that you can burn duplicates. You get that bonus 1 to 30 on the rares. So usually for every if you spend 80 bucks, you're usually going to be able to open not just 40 supply drops, more like 50 or 55 supply drops, I would say. So the amount of money you have to spend to get one gun, honestly, for your probability to get one gun, obviously you could get one gun on the first supply drop, or you could spend $100 and get no guns, but I'd say it's about every $50 worth of money you are spending, you're going to get one supply drop, or opening every 30 to 35 drops, you're probably going to get one of these new weapons at this point in the game. Now, that is extremely a lot of money. 35 bucks on average to get a new weapon, when if we remember back in the old days of Call of Duty, they were selling these weapons for $3.99, $2.99, stuff like that. It even came with the season's pass. Now, you might say you're not just getting the weapon, you're getting all the camos, you're getting all the sort of gear sets, all that sort of stuff. Personally, most of the people in this game really only care about the weapons. The camos can be cool. However, there's also another article here doing the math on the camo. So an average camo back in the old Call of Duty games was sold for $2, right? $2, and you get that camo on every single gun. Now in this game, when you open up a supply drop, you get that camo, a really fancy $2 camo, but you only get it on one of the guns. Doing the math for this, it basically comes out to that camo that you got from a supply drop, even if it's an epic camo, is only worth about 6 to 10 cents in reality. Which, if you're paying $2 for a supply drop, you're getting the camo for only one gun. It's really not worth that much compared to the old Call of Duties. Now, obviously, it is more, we are in 2016, so if the price went up a little bit, that would be expected. But as you guys can see, the price going up from basically, I mean, if a supply drop is $2 worth and you're only getting about 10 to 15 cents worth of content from that, and even if you get a new weapon, the new weapons, your chances you're going to have to spend about $35 to get a chance at that, when back in the old days, it was $3.99 and you got the weapon. So this arises a lot of problems, and a lot of people have been complaining about supply drops. A lot of people are saying, supply drops are a ripoff, blah, 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 and stuff like that, but not many people are coming up with solutions and opinions on how to make this better, because supply drops are not going to be going anywhere in Call of Duty, probably for the next few years at least. Basically, at the start of this game, when the game came out, they said supply drops were coming back. Everyone was kind of moaning and groaning, but they said it would be cosmetic items only for Black Ops 3, which it turned out that was a lie, or not necessarily a lie, more like they changed their mind, I guess you could say, because the game came out. It's not like they're trying to sneak by us that there's the guns in the game. They just threw them in. It's not like they're it's sort of changing their mind instead of lying, I would say. But basically, They said cosmetic items only, and it looked like that was how they're going to do it with the melee weapons, the butterfly knife, and all that sort of stuff. And now they started implementing the guns and stuff like that. Now, you guys may think this game, it's not really pay to win, but it is more like you are tempted to spend this money because, sure, if you pay money, you get the HG40 or the sniper. Sure, there's guns in the game that are worth more than those guns or that are stronger than those guns. But when everyone on all of your favorite YouTubers are uploading gameplays of the HG40, you're obviously going to want it. And I still haven't opened the HG40 from Supply Drops yet. I'm probably going to spend more money, even at these ridiculous rates, to try and get it. Because here is where the issue comes in. A lot of people watch YouTubers on YouTube, obviously Call of Duty YouTubers. Now, for a YouTuber that has 1 million subscribers, they can spend $500 on supply drops and get all the new weapons, but because it's worth it for them in the end, because they're going to take that $500 they spent on all the weapons and they're going to be able to use that to make videos on this weapon, this weapon, this weapon. Ultimately, they're going to make their $500 back. A famous big YouTuber is going to make that back. But if you think about your average gamer, if you want to try to get every weapon in the game, it's going to cost you like $500 or $600 with the probability, you know, it could end up costing you $1,000, it could end up costing you $200, but that would be the probability. It would be $600. It's really not worth it. If you think about it, an average gun, $35 through the supply drop system, when the game is only $60 and the game comes with 30, 40 guns, all the maps, you know what I'm saying? It really doesn't add up. Now, here are the ways that they could really fix this supply drop system, because a lot of other games do these sort of systems. You know, League of Legends does it. However, their items are only cosmetic. The skins are basically sort of like the melee weapon skins. They don't really help you in the game. They just look cool in League of Legends. But Counter-Strike and CSGO also does this. They do the skins as well. But a big difference between that and Call of Duty is in those games, you can actually sell those things. You can trade them on the market. That's what I really would love to see from Call of Duty. Because if you think about it, these are digital items. It doesn't cost them very much of anything to design a wrench or a baseball bat and put it into Call of Duty. Let's be real. It doesn't cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars like they're making off that baseball bat to put it in the game. They just have to design it, put it in, and that's it. It's a digital item. So basically, they're going to keep these supply drops in because they want to make money, but they also want to keep the fans happy. And now, this isn't Treyarch who wants these supply drops in the game. There's actually been leaks that David Vonderhaar doesn't really love supply drops that much. Obviously, people are hating on him for it, but I think it's more like Activision, you know, the cash cow Activision is coming in and trying to get Treyarch to do these supply drops and to make them the most money, which makes sense. Like I said before, it is a business. But we need to find a solution because these are digital items. They can put out 1 million wrenches. They can put out 5 billion wrenches. It doesn't matter. Once it's in the game, they can give it out to everyone. Obviously, the more people have it, the less value it has in the game. But these are some solutions that would really help to make the consumers, us, the people that play the game, worth buying supply drops for us. Because right now, as you guys can see, it's really not worth it unless you are a YouTuber or someone who plays the game super, super much or is pretty rich. Those are the only ways that it would be worth it for you to buy supply drops right now. And the way that they could make it worth it is to do something like CSGO, where if I get a wrench, and say right now, if I open a wrench and I open the next supply drop and I get another wrench, that wrench is going to be worth very little to me. I'm going to be able to burn that for, what, 5 crypto keys or something like that, when in reality, there's another kid out there who's opening supply drops, spending $100 trying to get the wrench. If there was a way to sell my wrench up on the market for 5 or 10 bucks or something like that, this would make the supply drop system a lot better. They could be making money. They could be taking percentages. Call of Duty could be taking a cut from each of these sales done on the market on their game. People could be trading weapons, buying weapons. Call of Duty taking a cut from that, as well as the supply drop system to open them. It would still be great for YouTubers. This would be such a good solution if they had super rare items. You could sell them. You could trade them with your friends and stuff like that, as well as buying and selling. They could take a cut from that, like I said. And then the supply drop system was basically how you unlock these things. That would be a super good solution for Call of Duty to do. Right now, the system is a little bit flawed. It is a bit new, and it sort of seems like they are really ripping the consumers off right now. But I think that if with the stir that everyone is, piling up right now, they are going to make some changes to the supply drop system. Obviously, the further in the year it goes, the more weapons are coming out, the more better bang for your buck you're going to be getting on these supply drops. So right now, it is only March. We are only about halfway through the Call of Duty cycle. So say they throw in another, 10 to 15 new weapons or items, like, weapons, melee weapons, stuff like that, and not too much gear sets. The supply drops, it will go down in price from $35 per weapon to like $20 per weapon. But you know what I'm saying? I think that having this black market to be able to buy and trade with your friends, and Call of Duty just taking a cut from that and also from the supply drops would make everyone happy, would make the consumers happy, the average gamer, the YouTuber, the guy who really wants that gun, as well as Activision and Treyarch, who are still going to be making boatloads of money from this. Let me know your opinion on supply drops in the comment section down below. I'd really appreciate that. I know this was a long commentary, but hopefully this breaks down everything about your chances of getting a new weapon. On average, every about 30 to 35 supply drops, you should be getting a new weapon. A probability. Obviously, some people are going to open 20 drops and get 3 weapons, and some people are going to open 100 drops and get no weapons. But that's just the odds. And if you guys made it to the end of this commentary, drop a comment saying rare down in the comment section down below. Also, be sure to drop a like on this thing. I'd really appreciate if we could get 2,000 likes. That would be awesome. And as always, subscribe for a cookie and don't lookie. And I'm out. Peace.